Of course, any appearance by a member of the royal family is greeted with excitement by many on the island and across the country. But some say this next King of Canada and the monarchy itself are outdated, out of touch. And a disappointing turnout to greet Charles and Camilla in eastern Canada earlier this week has fueled that sentiment. A-News reporter Andrew Johnson has more on that. He's outside the legislature right now. Andrew.
Hudson, it was more than 20 years ago Prince Charles last set foot on the island with the late Princess Diana by his side, causing quite a stir that it seems he'll have a tough time equaling over the next few days. May 1st, 1986, Prince Charles and Princess Diana thrill Nanaimo with an appearance on the waterfront.
He's neat. He's pretty far out.
And the Prince of Wales weighs in on the harbour city's famous bathtub races.
The most dangerous thing in a bathtub must surely be a former naval officer.
Thousands turn out a day earlier at Victoria's legislature, where the Princess of Wales charms the crowd, as described by CTV reporter Dave Rinn.
It was the princess who captured everyone's attention with her warm, friendly smile. Royal walkabouts allowed her to get up close and chat.
Hello. A bit chilly.
More than 23 years later, it is Charles and his wife Camilla visiting Canada for the first time as a couple, but the crowds gathered to meet them are smaller than expected, on the heels of a poll suggesting a majority of Canadians feel the monarchy is behind the times. Victoria's Bruce Halser disagrees.
The reality is, Canadians like a monarchy. It's part of who we are as a people, and a lot more British Columbians and Victorians are going to come and see the Prince of Wales today than would likely see a Governor General or a politician doing the same thing.
He admits the world's fascination with the late Princess Diana played a role in the royals' popularity in decades past, but says islanders are still drawn to the next in line to the throne.
Most people that are going to come out today are here to see Canada's future king, and they might be curious about his new wife, who hasn't been to Victoria before.
But Halser agrees the massive crowds of 23 years ago, or even 7 years ago when Queen Elizabeth came to town, are unlikely to be equaled this weekend.
Halser says it's also unrealistic to expect the kind of turnout the Queen saw in 2002 and Charles and Diana were greeted by in 1986 because of one factor, the November rain.
Will a downpour today and this supposed dampened enthusiasm toward the monarchy keep the public away?
I would probably have been more interested in actually going down and seeing them 20 years ago.
When I was a kid growing up, it seemed like it was a much more important thing.
I'm excited. It's been, I think, 5 years or so since they've been to Canada. It's nice to see them together as a couple. I hope they enjoy their stay.
For others, it is not Prince Charles they're looking for.
That's kind of exciting.
Well, I guess a little.
Maybe if Harry and William were coming?
Well, that'd be a little better.
Yeah.
Perhaps this next generation of royalty will someday capture the public's imagination the way their mother did. Now, Hudson, the most common sentiment among people we spoke to downtown today did seem to be indifference. They weren't opposed to Charles and Camilla's visit, but not excited about it either. Now, as we saw at the legislature earlier tonight, obviously a strong portion of the population still feeling otherwise great support down here, but perhaps among a smaller segment of the population than in decades past.
Maybe, you know, it's nostalgic for me watching your report, Andrew, because I was there in 1986 in the Nanaimo when Charles and Diana were there when they were here on their expo trip. And I was in the penned-off area with some of these Fleet Street guys who were a story unto themselves. But she was accepting flowers just arm's length from me, and I stuck my arm out with one of these long shotgun microphones to hear what she was saying. And out of nowhere, a plainclothes Mountie with an umbrella whacked the umbrella out of my, the mic out of my hand, and went like this. And so there's a little advice to you as you're covering the tour this weekend. Don't
Great
do that.
memories,
yeah,
eh?
Don't do that.
Okay.
All right, Andrew, thank you.
You're welcome.